People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. News with a buzz. Now it seems as if whether Jamaicans are locally or they are international, they always give Jamaica a bad name. And I am speaking about an incident that occurred in Florida, now at Miami Beach, Miami to be specific, in which 24-year-old Jelisa Amaya Baxter, she was charged for the takeaway of her own 3-year-old daughter. Based on information, it is said that Tuesday morning, 911 got a call. When they got this call, it was a very disturbing call. This lady called and told the dispatcher that she had just did something very despicable. She tried to strangle her own 3-year-old daughter. When that did not work, she commenced to using a kitchen utensil and juk up that child couple of times in the neck, in the face, in the chest, upper torso, very badly, deep wounds. People, there is a 911 call. I am going to let you take a listen, take a look to the call. I am going to edit out the words that YouTube kind of frowns on. So take a listen, take a look.
Can you tell me what's happening there? Yes, I just with my daughter. How old is your daughter? 3. Is there anyone else in the house? God. And how did you kill your daughter? I tried strangling her. That didn't work, so I stabbed her with a knife.
Now, people, when we listed this, a mother did something, a mother snapped. Not going to say that it is justified, because it's not. However, she tried to take away her own daughter by strangling her. That did not work. Just imagine that little pitney, a gas for breath, probably called the mother and asked the mother where she had do. When she see that did not work, she then comments to juking her up like me say. She then goes on the phone, calls dispatcher 911. I am sure that dispatcher, even though they might have heard stuff like this, they were shocked, because people, if there's one thing that we know about America, they protect mostly the kids and the elderly, especially picnic. You are going to get the wrath of the law, the full brunt of the law whenever you do anything to hurt or kill a little picnic. It is said that when the po-po reached on the scene, they found this lady on a couch in a white robe, just sit down and wait upon the po-po for come. Obviously, the po-po were shocked then. They then saw that little child lay down flat out, all sorts of red run over the picnic body, and then the utensil that was used close by. Just imagine these dispatchers, these 911 people, man, woman, father, mother, the emotion that went through them, people. We know that in this world, these people might be used to seeing something. However, you still have emotions. It is still going to touch you, especially because it's a little picnic. Now, people, like me said, there's no sort of justification. Don't know if she was going through some sort of PSD or whatever them call it. No justification, none at all. Based on the information, it is said that this lady, she had just received eviction notice from where she lives. When the records was checked, she is not employed. People, 24-year-old, no sorts of job, no sorts of gainful employment with a child. People, we have to ask, where is the father? It takes two, a mother and a father, to bring a child, unless it is artificial insemination or whatever that word is. I'll get to that later. Now, the stepfather, his name is R-0LD Hemmings, I think. He was asked, did you notice anything strange about your stepdaughter? And people, I am going to let you take a listen, take a look to a voice note in which the stepfather responded about the relationship that they have or had.
I was very surprised. I was very surprised. I met her one time, and that was in August when she came to Orlando to visit her mom. I met the child that day. She was just a healthy, going, running her own child. She seemed like she was a loving mama, but I think at the time she needed help. She was like stressed. That's her child, so I guess, if I can do something.
Now, people, you hear what the stepfather said. He was married to the mother in 2018. The mother got ill. The mother lost her life. So, people, this lady lost her mother maybe about a year or so ago. Again, it's hard. People go through their ups and downs. Still no justification for taking away your child. However, one thing that I do realize, and a lot of persons in America can attest to this, when you're in America, you have a whole bunch of opportunity. You have to hold those opportunities by the horn. So therefore, this child left from Jamaica, this lady, first thing, she should have thought about getting some sorts of education. Like I've always said, he who fails to prepare, prepares to fail. Pounce upon the opportunity after leaving Jamaica. You have your mother there. You have a stepfather there. Go to school, get some sorts of education. She ends up with a child. And people, once you're having sex, a child can always be a part of the equation. However, you still have to be responsible. You should not bring a child into this world if you don't have any sorts of job, if you don't have any sorts of skill, and you're not gainfully employed. And this is probably the biggest problem or the motive why she did what she did. Like I told you before, she got an eviction notice. Like you hear in the voice notes, the mother lost her life battling cancer. But people, like the saying goes, when the going get tough, the tough gets going. You should not use that and make it break you down. And I understand, don't want to sound insensitive. If you lose a mother, it is going to hit you hard. However, you cannot give up. You have to be relentless. Now, you hear the father or the stepfather, say, him pretty much met her maybe a couple of times. They did not really have a good relationship. He was married to the mother. The mother lost the battle. However, obviously, they were not keeping in contact. But you hear the man say, when he saw her, he knew that something was not right. She looked stressed out. Here is the reality of America. America, you are there for self. Family, your mother, your auntie, your cousin, your nephew, they have their own responsibility. They have their own problem. And even if them say you have a problem, 80 or 90% of the time, you have to find your way out. They don't want to hear that anything bad happened to you. However, them no know what tomorrow bring. So even if them have it, they are going to try to keep up with their responsibility because them never know what tomorrow brings. Don't know if it is the American culture where people just selfish. It is not like Jamaica where your auntie might look out for you, or your nephew, or your cousin, or your granny will look out for you. America is a different kettle of fish. Everybody look out for self. So pretty much you depend your own. So therefore, that is why I said, he who fails to prepare, prepares to fail. Now people, when we ask, why would this lady do something like this? And you hear me say, at the start, we spark the papa there, we spark the father there. It takes two to tango. So therefore, this child must have a father, unless the father, D-E-A-D. However, we say this is Florida, and the father is obviously M-I-A, not Miami, missing in action. When I see a lady do something like this, and people, I am just giving my opinion, just psychoanalyzing why she would do something like this. Why would a mother try for S-T-R-A-N-G-L-E her daughter, and then when it not work, she juke up the daughter until she D-E-A-D? I am going to say that this mother was trying to get back at the father of this little child. She was trying to hurt this father, but obviously we not hear nothing from the father yet. We hear from the stepfather. So therefore, this father might be an absentee or an absent father. Him no know nothing where I go on. All him know say him get some sex. Him pie up the club and him left reckless. Him no know where I go on. So that is why I said in the start, women, remember, it is good when you have sex and you get that orgasm and you cum. Yes, but there comes the domino effect, the trickle-down effect. You have that pitney, you are responsible for that child. You are not supposed to HURT-RKILL this pitney, especially in such a very despicable way. But here is the thing. Sometimes these little pitney or GYAL go a foreign, and the mother I go through her stress. She a go through all sorts of cancer situation, and she probably tell this little knucklehead pitney, listen, go on to school, get one education so you can get one job. So therefore you can pay your bill, you can take care of your pitney if you get a pitney eventually. The pitney not supposed to come first. So therefore, no, your sister, she get evicted. No, the stepfather tell you say she stress out. No, she take out that stress, whether it is because of financial reason, whether it is because she can't manage the fact that she lose her mother, whether it is a combination of everything or people, more than likely, she is trying to get back at the father for this pitney, in whom obviously is missing in action. The thing is too, a lot of times, these young lady, they meet this hot man, they meet this hype man, they meet this handsome man, charming man. However, this charming man is not trying to marry anybody. This charming man is just trying to take off your drawers, get between your leg, get in your mouth, in your throat, being frank. And then once him get where him get, him no remember you. Him no care say, him pie up the club and you might get pregnant. Him just know say him get the proceeds of the PUMS and he does not want to be bothered. He does not want any sort of responsibility. he was just there for the sex. And then, where your mother did that tell you, or other people experience did that tell you, you never want to learn, you never want to hear. So want me know, who get the brunt of the mistake that you made? The little pitney. Who gone? The little pitney. All because of hard head, all because you stress out. People, like me tell you before, he who fails to prepare, prepares to fail. And people are going to say, boy, blogger, things happen, you know. Yeah, things happen if you're not prepared. And this is something that I would say or say to my daughter, and I would say to my son, listen, don't go out there with no sorts of careless sex. If you have to do it, make sure say you cover up. Make sure say you take protection. So therefore, you don't have to deal with the after effect or the domino effect. And I realize whenever I speak about reckless, irresponsible people, you always have some people in the comment section. Yeah, but things happen and, you know, God will provide. And you know want take no ABORTION. Well, so what happen? That is what happens when you deal with it or you meds the thing like our own meds. Me no meds like this. When you hear me talk is what conversation I have had with my daughter or I would have with my daughter or anybody me I talk to, teaching them how to be responsible. You cannot reckless. Whenever you live on the edge, you always fall over. It always comes back and it haunts you. And whatever you are going through, nobody no want hear say you snap. Nobody no want hear say you stress. Nobody no want hear say it got overwhelming for you. The law is going to tell you once you are of sane mind, once you could think constructive, once you make this call and people remember, you hear the voice note when she call the people and tell the people of her dirty deed. We hear the father, but we don't hear nothing from the father or the little pitney. Maybe, and I am sure that there are voice notes out there with conversations or texts if the man even not communicate with her, where she'll tell this man, say, listen, me need this, me need pampers, me need clothes, me need money, me need child support. And the man probably don't even FART pan R. Because a lot of these worthless man, especially the little hype and pretty boy them out there, the one them call themselves gallus, they are not responsible. Maybe they make good lovers, maybe them good for pose up with in the club, but they are some bums. And people, if you pick up any sorts of bum, like a famous case said, if you start with SHIT, you are going to always end up with SHIT. And people who got the SHITTY end of the stick, this little 3-year-old pitney, because this mother was ill-prepared, this mother was more than likely a hard-head and knucklehead, don't want to listen to nobody, wants her own way until it comes back and haunts her and directly haunts this little pitney mostly. So people, at the end of the day, this lady went to court Wednesday. She was charged with first-degree tekwe, aggravated ASSAULT on a minor. She did not get bail for the first degree. She also has an immigration hold. So it seems as if she was either there on some sorts of visa. That visa must have expired. Don't know if she's a naturalized resident. Obviously, she's not a citizen. So therefore, after she does this long prison sentence, which more than likely she will get guilty of, decades, and remember, this is FLA, Florida. They have the DEATH penalty, especially when you take away a little pitney, especially when you try for STRANGLE. This pitney, she was suffering, and then that no work, and then you draw for your kitchen utensil, and you commence in the face, in the neck, in the upper torso. People, you are not going to get any sorts of leniency from any sorts of judge or any sorts of jury. However, the least of her problem is that she will have to face immigration after that. But more than likely, she will never see the light of day in the free world again for the rest of her natural life. So therefore, that is one problem she don't have to worry about. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate video straight to the point, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself.